Okay, back on the RCA 24V511. This television developed the problem shortly after run testing it, which was during the Today Show. I don't know if it was Al Roker, but it decided to lose its vertical, and it did the blue and shut off with a blue line across it. Well, we got in the mail today was a Vertical Output IC, TDA8177. What I think happened was, when I placed the chassis back in this, I inadvertently did not connect the yoke connector, so I had the circle on the screen, just a dot when I fired it up. Didn't seem to do anything right off, but after running it about 20 minutes, it quit. No vertical sweep. And it's microprocessor controlled. That's the EEPROM there, and that's the little plug that they program it from the factory with. We don't have an issue there, but it knew it had no vertical, so it would shut off. So what we went ahead and did is, I tried it again, and these two resistors over here, I'll show on the schematic, would get hot and start smoking, so the thing was getting worse and worse. So what I found it to be was, off the flyback are these two positive and minus 14 volt source, negative 14 and positive 14. Oh, right here and right here. Fusible resistors, but they were smoking, and I've tested the diodes and they were all good. What it ended up being, and the capacitors weren't shorted, or they were good. The SR was good. So the IC vertical output was right, which is right, on the schematic, I believe it's this one right here, IC301 right here. The vertical output. It's an 8-pin all-in-one chip, TDA8177. It's bus controlled. You feed it the video in, the signal, and it runs the yoke. I think by having it running without the yoke, kind of hurt it a little bit. And just for the heck of it here, I just figured I'd check the high voltage. This set is running at just under 30,000, about 28,000.
Sounds like they did a great job. They did a great job.
Volts. We're going to sit here and let it run a little while. And see if this chip holds up for more than 20 minutes. That's a final. Oh, there was one other thing. When I would change the channels on the front panel, although I would change the channel, the volume would change the channel. These are the channel buttons. And when I adjusted the volume, the channel changes like that.
The shock of all that I didn't even feel the pain.
When I adjust the volume,
Fear that took over, and it was just completely devastating.
I swear sometimes the channel changes.
This even happened, and I don't know.
How many times have you done the marathon?
This is my first time doing.
I'm changing the channel there, but this had to be taken apart again. Anyway,
Boston.
Yeah.
channel,
I'm all set with that.
volume down,
Caprio, thank you so much for sharing
volume up.
your experiences. And Deb was at the finish line.
And the menu button didn't work, I remember.
Not 20 yards behind her. We're glad you're well. We're glad your family's well. Thanks for calling.
And I still have no menu button
For
the television.
It just.
Okay, one more on the RCA with the menu. I've got the menu to come up. It seems that one of these switches on the panel here must not be working as it should, because if I bridge it, I can get in and out of menu. So there's something And will also shut off too if you're not careful. And this bus only has 2 connections on it. And we'll change the channel again. Okay.
Have someone in custody, so it's going to be a long process. You're being urged to bring your patience.
I will try menu
I
again.
can't give you that phone number too many times. The FBI has now taken the lead in this investigation, but they're working with
We have no menu.
and federal law enforcement. This is the number to call.
That's menu. However,
if
I bridge across the menu,
it's 1-800-CALL-FBI.
so it's not a big deal. I'm sure this works from the remote. I've changed the channel. But if I just bridge the menu, I've changed the channel again. It brings up the menu. So I'm not too concerned about that. We can leave the menu. That switch has just got some contamination, perhaps from being out in the rain. This keyboard only runs on 2 wires. So back to the channel we want. And we'll call that a wrap for the RCA 24 V511T chassis.